Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga. So Rajavidya, Rajaguhya Yoga. That is what it is, the most confidential knowledge. So chapter 8, how did it end? We remember the last shloka, right? Chapter 8, 28.28. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam atyeti tat sarvam idam viditvam yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam. That is the last shloka of chapter 8. Means what? The devotional service is so important. It is so good that Vedeshu, by those who are reading Vedas, those who are doing yajna, those who are doing tapas, those who are doing charity, daneshu, all these, whatever phalam, that is the result you get, is equal to what you are doing devotional service. So devotional service is so powerful. Lord Krishna has always mentioned that devotional service is very powerful. So person who accepts devotional service, at the end he is definitely going to reach the supreme abode. So first chapter was more or less the introduction. Second, third chapter was all about very confidential knowledge that Lord Krishna gave, that we are not the body, we are the soul. Then seventh, eighth chapter also quite confidential because it was related to devotional service, right? They bring a lot of enlightenment in Krishna consciousness. That's why it was more confidential. But chapter 9 is the most confidential. Why? Because it is dealing with unalloyed pure devotion. Unalloyed, completely unalloyed pure devotion. That is why it is called the Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya, secret, right? Lord Krishna has spoken all the 34 shlokas of this chapter, right? So this is all about knowledge, inconceivable Lord who neglects bhakti, then glories of devotional service, then about Krishna's Aishwarya Gyan, different worshippers, how they worship Lord Krishna and the glories of Krishna bhakti. So let's move on. Shri Bhagavanuvacha idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyamyanasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñatva mokshase shubhat. Is Anupriya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The Supreme Lord said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you shall be relieved of miseries of material existence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So these are the opening words. Lord is saying, right? So Lord Supreme, as soon as, how do we know Krishna is speaking? When it is addressed as Sri Bhagavanu Vacha. Whenever we are addressing Lord Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita, you must have noticed everywhere it is said Bhagavanu Vacha, never said Krishna Vacha. Bhaga, as I explained earlier also, it means opulences. And Van means the one who possesses all these opulences. Like we have Jnanavan, Shraddhavan, right? We have those who are having a lot of faith, they're called Shraddhavan. Those who have got having a lot of knowledge, they're called Jnanavan. Similarly, Lord has Bhaga, opulences. So Bhagavan. What are the opulences? 6 opulences he has. Anybody would remembers? Total of absolute knowledge.
All fame, all beauty.
Yes.
All wealth, all
Yes.
knowledge.
Yes.
And all renunciation.
Very nice. Knowledge, wealth, power, beauty, fame, and number 6 is renunciation. Very nice. So we need to remember this. Somehow we have to make an acronym for this so that we all remember this, right? Knowledge, wealth, power, beauty, fame, and renunciation. These all absolute power only Krishna has. Nobody can claim that I am the most beautiful person. I have got the maximum wealth in this whole universe. Nobody can claim that, right? So nobody can claim on any power also. If they say that I am very powerful, okay, go and lift Govardhan Hill or show your universal self. Then we will come to know your power. So in the first verse of 9th chapter, by word, what Lord Krishna is saying, Guhyatamam. Guhyatamam means what? Very secret, very confidential. So he's saying, Idam tute Guhyatamam. I am giving you the confidential knowledge, Arjuna. But question comes, why is he giving confidential knowledge to Arjuna? It is because Pravaksham Anasuyave. Anasuya means Arjuna is non-envious. He doesn't have any envy. In this material world, we are always having envy. right? If someone is having a bigger apartment than me, I'll become envy. If someone is more beautiful than me, I'll become envious. If somebody has more money than me, we become envious. We are even becoming envious of God also, like Hiranyakashipu. He became very envious of God. So because Arjuna is not envious, Lord Krishna says, I am going to deliver. I am going to give you this confidential knowledge only to you. So he says, I am not only going to give you the jnanam, I am also going to vijnana sahitam. I will give you knowledge, and along with it, I am going to give you vijnanam also, theoretical knowledge, which is jnanam, and practical knowledge, which is vijnana sahitam. Also, I will give you. He says, because you are anasuyave, because you are non-envious and you are my devotee. Right? So he says, idam jnanam means this knowledge. Means what is this knowledge? It is all about devotional service, which constitutes of 9 processes. 9 processes of devotional service. In Srimad Bhagavatam also, 7th canto, it's given, right? That it is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, and Atmanivedanam. What is Shravanam? It means hearing. First thing, we should always listen, hear. The moment you get into this mode of hearing, most of the time we are sitting in Bhagavad Gita class, mind has gone elsewhere. Either it has gone elsewhere, or we are sleeping, or we are actually doing some other work. We are, by the way, okay, let me just go into the class. These are the things we do. We don't listen attentively ever. Then comes Kirtanam. We chant Lord's name, which is chanting. All the time we are chanting Lord's name. Smaranam, always remember God. Archanam, go and worship, right? And then Vandanam. When we say Vandanam, offering prayers, means what? We go talk to the Lord. Not that, okay, I've said some then Om Narsimha, Namaste, it's finished. No, not those prayers that we are talking about. You have to go sit, do the prayers, and talk to Lord. And then Dasyam, of course, which means becoming the servant of the Lord, obey whatever we need to do. Sakyam, we consider Lord as our friend, and Atmanivedanam is complete surrender to the Lord. So if we practice all these 9 processes of devotional service, we can get into Krishna consciousness. Like Prahlad Maharaj had said. What did he say in Srimad Bhagavatam? He said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Right? So we have to follow that Prahlad Maharaj, whatever he has said, and go into devotional service. Who cannot understand Bhagavad Gita according to 9.1?
Envious person.
Yes, one who is envious person will not be able to understand. Because Arjuna was non-envious, he got to learn. What are the 9 types of devotional service? Anybody remembers? It starts with Shravanam.
Shravanam, Kirtanam,
Vishnu, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam,
Sakyam.
Sankyam, Atmanivedanam.
Excellent. Very good. So anybody else would want to repeat that? Shravanam.
Shravanam, Vishnu,
Kirtanam.
Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam.
Excellent, excellent. Very good. Very nice. Yes. Very good. Okay, we move on. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Midam Uttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Yes, Atmaja Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Raja Vidya, Raja Guhyam. Raja Guhyam means it's a very sovereign knowledge, very confidential knowledge. And it is Pavitram also and Uttamam also. It is very pure and it is very, very topmost, right? Uttamam, the most, utmost, topmost. So it is very confidential. Why? Because it is involving so that we can understand what kind of, what is the difference between the soul and the body. And it is king of confidential knowledge because it is concluding in devotional service. That is why it is the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. So what happens is we don't get educated, right, in this kind of confidential knowledge. Who has taught us? We have studied in schools and colleges. Who came and told us that we have 9 processes of devotional service? Srimad Bhagavatam states this. or there is a confidential knowledge in Bhagavad Gita. First of all, who has taught us Bhagavad Gita when we were in schools and colleges? No one. What are we taught? We are taught in external knowledge, right? Like what? Like we are taught in like physics, chemistry, bio, politics, social knowledge, chemistry, Ayurveda, astrological, scientific, all these knowledge. But Gita Gyan is on the top. Has that been taught? No. Right? There are so many departments of knowledge that has been taught in different universities, but unfortunately, no university or educational institution is there where spirit soul, the science of spirit soul is instructed or taught. Actually, soul is the most important part of the body. That is the most important part. Without the presence of the soul, there is no body. Body has no value only. But people are still placing a lot of stress on the bodily necessities of life. And they are not giving food to the soul. So process of devotional service to of Krishna consciousness, it is the king of all the education. It's the confidential knowledge. So with this, when this kind of sovereign knowledge, so sovereign science, it is easy to practice, then why are we not applying? We should be applying it in our life, right? If it's devotional service, we should be applying it in our life. But Lord Krishna is going to tell us why we are not applying. Why people are not applying? Let's see. Ashraddhadhana purusha dharmasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. Yes, Gauri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Those who are not faithful on the path of devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of foes, but return to birth and death in this material world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. People cannot apply themselves to learn it, right? Why Lord Krishna is saying, what is the problem? Ashraddhadhana. No Shraddha. There is no faith. For if you want to learn something, if you want to apply anything in your life, you need faith. You need Shraddha. But faithless people, what happens? They cannot take up this process of devotional service, right? Suppose we are not studying well in our college, in our universities, in our school. What will happen to us? We will remain. We will remain wherever we are. We will know. The teacher won't promote us to the next class. So we are not doing any Shraddha. There is no faith. There is no Shraddha. We are not doing any devotional service. We will remain wherever we are. Okay, keep coming. Take birth. Die, go back, come back. If you have done bad karma, become an animal. Then again, evolution process will go on. Like, whenever we have cockroaches, insects at home, and suppose we kill them also, or suppose they are dead. If we chant, at least they get some evolution. At least they will go into a better life if we can chant for them. So see, the process is, if there is no Shraddha, we go down to the lower species of life. So what should we do if we want to end the cycle of birth and death and go back to the permanent abode? We have to we have to have the faith. However wonderful the knowledge may be, however effective the path may be, it is useless if we don't want to walk on it, right? Bhagavad Gita is beautiful. Lord Krishna has told us everything, but if we don't want to walk on that path, then what's the point? For that, what is needed? A leap of faith. We need to have that faith. Most of the time, we don't believe anything. The moment we have that leap of faith, it is required to start the process, right? As it is said in Nectar of Devotion, what it is said? Adau Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangotha Bhajana Kriya. Means what? First step is to have Adau Shraddha, that is faith. Then Sadhu Sangha and Satsang and then Bhajana Kriya and all that, right? Then slowly the practice of devotion will start. Yes, please. Who will read? Shakya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Dharni Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. By me, in my unmanifested form, this entire universe is pervaded. All beings are in me, but I am not in them. Bhagavad Gita 9.4.
Hare Krishna.
I worship Hare Krishna.
So Lord Krishna's name, fame, pastimes, All these we cannot understand because our senses are very imperfect. Like in Brahma Samhita, what Lord Brahma has said, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santas Sadaiva Hrideshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. Yes, Mataji, please continue reading that.
I worship Govinda, the premier Lord, who is Samsudra Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees in their heart of hearts, the heart of hearts with the eye of devotion, tinned with the slave of love.
Salve of love, yes.
Salve of
So,
love, sorry.
yeah, what is it said over here? That he's all pervading. He's everywhere. We cannot conceive. We don't have that sight, that vision to see him with this material senses. We cannot. So that is why it said, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakta murtina avyakta murtina. He is there everywhere. We can't see, right? He is holding this whole universe by his energy. Material and the whole material world is created by his energy. Souls are also, we are also part and parcels, parts of the God. Right? The soul is a superior energy, Jiva Shakti. So the world, the souls, all are God's energy. We are all his energy and his personality, right? But Krishna also says that he's not dwelling in the living beings. He is not dwelling. He's away. He's aloof. He has done everything and he is aloof, right? Because big thing, any big balloon, can you fit into a small balloon? Or a big vessel, can you put it into a small vessel? No. Lord is infinite, right? His infinite energy. We cannot put it into this finite things. We are finite, right? We can end. The body will end. Everything will end. Lord is infinite, beyond imagination. So nothing big can fit in small, because the whole big thing is the sum total of all these energies, right? For example, ocean. What does ocean do? Ocean throws up the waves. The waves are many waves come, right? They are part of the ocean. But if I say that the waves are not the part of ocean is part of the waves, no, that's wrong, right? Ocean cannot be part of the ocean. Is much more than the sum total of all the waves, right? The waves are part of ocean. Ocean cannot be part of waves, right? Ocean is big, much more big. Similarly, souls, the Maya, everything. We all belong to the personality of God. Yet he is beyond them. That is what Lord Krishna is trying to explain in this. Yes, please. Who will read? So Naina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. And yet everything that is created does not rest in me. Behold my mystic opulence. Although I am the maintainer of all living entities, and although I am everywhere, still myself is the very source of creation. As the mighty wind blows, as the mighty wind blowing everywhere always rests in eternal space. Know that in the same manner, all beings rest in me.
Hare Krishna. So what is Lord saying? Matsthani sarva bhutani, right? Matsthani sarva bhutani. Everywhere he is saying Matsthani. Even in that previous shloka he said Masthani. Everywhere he is saying Masthani. Means everything rests upon him. That is the meaning. And sometimes, you know, as you can see in the picture, that Atlas holding the whole earth, is tired and is looking very tired. This is not the right image that should be entertained, right? Because it is not Atlas holding the whole universe on his shoulders. That's not right. The planetary systems are floating in place, the space, everything is energy of the Lord, right? But he is different from space. He's not part of it. It is his energy. Sometimes we think that we can do so many things, but so many problems come. We face so many problems in our life also. It's not possible to do the way we want to do. I may desire to get so and so done, but that work cannot be done. There will be so many problems coming my way, but it's not like that with Lord Krishna. The moment Lord thinks, okay, this has to be done, that's it, it's done. That is the kind of power he has. Simply by his will, everything is done. Please use this Masthani every time, means all beings rest upon him. That is very important, because they are not separated. They are not separated. They cannot be separated from him, even though we are transmigrating from one body to another. and we are getting in this material world, and in this Maya we are living, right? And Lord Krishna also gives the analogy with Vayu as mighty wind blowing everywhere. He is giving. So we have to grasp this concept. Wind, when wind is blowing, is it independent from the sky? The sky is there on the top. Wind is blowing there. Can we say that wind has no existence independent from the sky, right? Because see, the sky is there, wind is blowing. It may move very furiously also. Yes, yet what happens? It is within that sky, right? Similarly, the souls. Souls have no existence independent of God. God is there. The soul may move wherever it likes, but it is under that jurisdiction only, right? Without God's permission, not even a blade of grass can move. That's what we understand from here. Everything happens, everything is because of his will only. So here he has said, as mighty wind blowing everywhere, always rests in the ethereal space. So means what? He is aloof from everything, as sky is always aloof from the activities of the wind. Wind may blow furiously, hurricane may come, storm may come, whatever may be blowing very hard, but sky is still there and it is aloof from the activities of the wind. That is the analogy Lord Krishna has given. Krishna is everywhere, yet we can't see him. What is it compared to? What was the analogy we learned just now?
Air and wind, Mataji.
Yeah, correct. Yes, please. Who will read? Chakya Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Mata.
Hare Krishna.
O son of Kunti, at the end of the millennium, all material manifestations enter into my nature, and at the beginning of another millennium, by my potency, I create them again.
Continue, Mataji.
The whole cosmic order is under me. By my will, it is manifested again and again, and by my will, it is annihilated at the end. O Dhanajaya, all this work cannot bind me. I am ever detached, seated as though neutral.
Hare Krishna. So Dhananjaya is also another name for Arjuna. So Lord Krishna, what is he explaining here? He says that all living beings dwell in him, right? He said that. So far he said he is aloof. He gave the analogy of the wind also, as it is resting under the sky, but sky is aloof. Similarly, he is there, everything is resting in him, but he is aloof. Now this statement, what is he saying? He says when Mahapralay comes, what happens? When the great annihilation happens, then entire world is wound up, right? So where will the living entities like us go? What will happen to us? The answer is given in this shloka. What is he says? Kalpakshay. Kalpakshay means what? When everything, the whole kalpa, the whole Brahma's lifespan ends, then what happens? The whole universe, the cosmic, the whole manifestation, everything dissolves. And the souls within this material creation, whatever souls are there, they also go. Go where? They rest in the body of God, like this, in state of suspended animation, like how the embryo in the womb is lying, just like that. So it is also lying there, just like that, suspended animation. And then when it is time, when Lord thinks, okay, now it's time for creation, then what does he do? He let loose the material energy first, then Mahat Tattva. So into which Lord, as his first Purusha incarnation, Mahavishnu, he comes. And where does he lie? That he is lying in the causal ocean. What is causal ocean? It's the origin of material creation. That's just the origin. From there, the material creation originates. And it is the border. Spiritual world is up there, material world is down there. In between, that border is called causal ocean. He is lying over there, right? And it is the place where in the spiritual sky, where Mahavishnu is lying over there, and he's creating the material world. So what does Mahavishnu do there? He is lying over there, right? What does he do? He is breathing out. What is he breathing out? Innumerable universes. Like if you put mustard seeds in a bottle and shake it, you can't even count. So many innumerable universes are, he takes it out. And once these innumerable universes are out or formed, every universe, imagine, in every universe, Garbhodakshay Vishnu enters. One Vishnu, who is called Garbhodakshay Vishnu, enters into every universe. Each universe is created in this manner. Just it's beyond our imagination. Then what happens further? Kshirodakshay Vishnu. He manifests himself into Kshirodakshay Vishnu. How? He will enter into everything, even a minute atom. He enters into all the living entities, animals, everything he enters. That's Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Then the souls that were lying in state of suspended animation, they have only causal bodies that time. Then according to their karma, whatever karma they must have done, then they are assigned. Oh, this person has done bad karma. Okay, he has to go into this plant life. Okay, animal life. Okay, fine, human life. Oh, he has done very well. Okay, devata. So like that, according to the karma, they're giving good bodies. Like High Court judge, when he's sitting on a chair, he gives his judgment, right? He will order so many things to happen. Okay, he is to be sentenced for 10 years. He should be hanged to death. Okay, he has done what? Okay, just 10,000 rupees fine. Okay, go. So this person is, you have taken his property. No, the property has to go to this person. So he is giving different orders, right? Still, is he taking anything personal? No, he is neutral. Similarly, Lord also. Lord is also neutral. He is giving according to our karmas, different things that we have to, bodies that we have to take. And he has nothing to do with any gain or loss. So after telling all this, what Lord is going to tell, that he is just a supervisor. He supervises all the things that are happening in this world. Let's see that. Yes, please. Sunana Mataji already read. Anupriya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. This material nature, which is one of my energies, is working under my direction. O son of Kunti, producing all moving and non-moving beings under its rule, this manifestation is created and annihilated again and again. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is a material nature, which is one of my energies. Everything is his energy. So one of the energies is material energy. Whenever Lord wants to create this world, he will look at that material nature. That's it. He will look at the material energy, and then that's it. It will. Previously, the material nature is lifeless. The moment Lord Krishna will glance at it, it becomes full of life. Then it receives inspiration, right, from God, and it begins to act the way it is supposed to be. So it's like, if we're having, like suppose I'm having some kind of, I have to hold a pot, which is a very hot pot, right? If I have to hold it, what do I use? I will use the tongs in the kitchen, right? If I put the tong on the platform, it's lifeless. But the moment I'm holding it, it starts working, right? Because I'm lifting such hot bowls and everything, hot pans, everything I'm able to lift with that tong, because the tong is now having life, because I am giving it energy, right? Same way, material energy does not have the power to do anything. The moment Lord looks at it, it starts moving and starts working. Yes, please. Who will read? And Dharni Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Hare Krishna Mataji. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature and my supreme dominion over all that be.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Fools
Mataji.
deride me when I descend in the human form. They don't know his transcendental nature. We have to understand that he is the one who has created. He is the one who is maintaining. He is the one who has annihilated the whole complete cosmic manifestation. We cannot do it. We are just mere human beings. And do you think a human being can lift Govardhan Parvat? A human being can create this whole cosmic manifestation? Then show me one person who can come and do it. But yet many foolish men, they are saying, oh no, you know what, Krishna had come. Yeah, he has come. But he was a very powerful person. That's it. That's not right. That's a wrong statement. And Lord Krishna is calling them mudha. Avajananti ma mudha manushim tanumashritam. They are mudha. They are fools, dim-witted. they are denying my, divinity of his personal form. He says they are all mudhas. Because Krishna is original personality of Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? It is confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Lord Brahma has praised him over and over again. Ishwara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. So many times Lord Brahma had praised him. He said, I am praying to that Lord Govinda, who is all knower, who is eternal, who is blissful, who is Satchit Ananda Vigraha. He is the cause of all causes. So many places we know, right, that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. See, the thing is, when Lord Krishna was playing with the Gopas, he was playing because that was a mask that you can say he was putting, but he's performed superhuman acts that he had done since the time he was born. He had killed Putana. He had killed so many demons. He has lifted Govardhan hill, right? And he also appeared before his own father and mother in Narayan form, and then he transformed into a child, right? So many things. Who can do that? 11th chapter, he showed universal form to Arjuna. Who can do that? Then Arjuna said, okay, I'm really scared of your universal form. Please come back into your, Manusham Rupam. And then he comes into his Manusham Rupam. So that way, beyond imagination. So he says, there are fools who don't understand this. So who can understand Krishna now? Only those who will surrender to Krishna with love and with devotion will be able to understand Krishna. So let's see how they understand. Snigdha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. O son of Pritha, those who are not deluded, the great souls, are under the protection of the divine nature. They are fully engaged in devotional services because they know me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, original and inexhaustible.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So, Hare Krishna. Last verse, what was Lord Krishna saying? They're fools. They're mudhas. And now immediately what is doing? Contrast. I really like in Bhagavad Gita the way he keeps, he's driving home the point by making starkly contrasting comparisons that he makes. Mahatmanastu. Immediately Mahan. He is talking about great souls now. In previous verse he said mudha. They're fools. Now they're confused. And now in this one he says great souls. They get grace. They are not deluded. They're great souls. And they get lot of grace from the Lord, right? Because they are engaging in love. They are engaging in pure devotion. They are engaging in devotional service. And they have uninterrupted devotion towards God. So Mahatmanastu, Mam Partha, he says that they are Mahatmas. They are already situated in that divine nature. They are not coming under this Maya, right? And they have surrendered to Lord Krishna. They are free from all these clutches of material nature. So that is the qualification. That is the qualification, devotion. So Mahatmas, such great souls who are always engaged in Supreme Personality, service of Supreme Personality of Godhead, their eyes are completely filled with love for Krishna. So we have to understand that their eyes are completely into that love and devotion for Krishna all the time. They are not thinking about any other person, but only about Lord Krishna. That much love they have, complete love. Such a Mahatma was Madhavendra Puri. Who was Madhavendra Puri? He was a great Vaishnava. He discovered Gopala. How? Once, he was traveling to Vrindavan and he came to Govardhan Hill. So he was very tired. In those days, the mode of transport, you never had flights and cars and all that. You either had bullock carts or you have to just walk. So he walked through all the forests and ultimately he came over there and he was resting under a tree. He was very tired and he was just sitting over there. Then a cowherd boy came. He went past and he brought a pot of milk and he said, come on, have it. He placed it and he said, you can have it. I said, okay, I will have it. But how did you get me? He said, the women, they were passing by, they saw it and they asked me to give you. Because Madhavendra Puri asked, who are you? How did you come to, know that I want this? And where do you live? So that's when he said, I live in the nearby village. The women were passing by. They asked me to give you this. I will come back and take the pot. Okay, you drink now. After drinking, he waited for the boy to come back. Boy didn't return. So Madhavendra Puri anyway was very tired. So he just lay down over there. And while he was lying down, he got a dream. And he saw a boy and that the boy came and he was holding his hand and he took him to a bush towards the jungle. And he removed that bush and he said, see, I'm living in this bush, and because of this, really, I'm really suffering. There's so much of, sometimes it's very cold, sometimes it is very hot, sometimes it's raining, and it's not good, nice for me. I'm not happy over here. Can you do me a favor? Can you remove it? Can you construct a temple for me in the top of that Govardhana hill? You see, go and construct a temple over there, and please install me in that temple. And please wash me with a lot of cold water so that I am completely clean. And I've been waiting for you for many days. I've been observing you, and I was just wondering, when will you come and when will you, serve me? My name is Gopal, and I'm the lifter of Govardhana Hill. Now, when the Muslims, that time Mughals had attacked, that time the priest, he got really scared, and he took my deity form and he put it and he hid me in this jungle, and he ran out of fear. Since then, no, I've been lying over here only. So now, good that you have come. Please help me and take me with carefully and just install me over there. When Madhavendra Puri got up, he looked around, he went to the village, and he got some help from the villagers. They all came, they helped him. They went to the forest, they removed that bush, and lo and behold, Gopal deity was there. Then they all together, all the villagers came, they all took it, washed it very nicely. They went to that Govardhan Hill, they got that temple, and grand installation was done in Gopalji Mandir, as you can see. And it was Gopalji Mandir, it was installed, the Lord was installed over there. Worshipable deity, it's called Gopalji, or Srinathji also it's called. Nath Dwar in Rajasthan. How can we see Krishna even with our material eyes? What to do? How can we see?
Our eyes are anointed with the pulp of love of God.
Yeah, whenever our eyes are anointed with the pulp of love of God. Hai. Yes, correct. If we have love, we can see Lord. Yes, correct. Shakya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Shakya Mataji is not available. Sulaina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now he told in the previous word, great souls, they engage in great devotion, right? Now, Lord Krishna is explaining how they do bhakti also. Devotees, they become attached to Krishna, right? They do kirtan. They practice devotion. They enhance this. They sing their glories. Lot of bhajan. They sing on his glories, his forms, his qualities, his pastimes, his abode. All this, Lord, they will keep doing kirtans and kirtan. That kirtan is one of the very powerful way, right, to practice devotion. So how? Because it involves Shravanam also, because you are hearing while you are singing, you are hearing also, and you are chanting also, and you are remembering God also. So you are using 3 processes of devotional service by doing kirtans. Because the ultimate goal is what? We have to have pure mind, and we have to have the focus at the lotus feet of the Lord, right? So it will become easy when we are chanting, we are doing kirtan, it becomes easier when we are doing singing, chanting. So hearing and chanting goes along with it. Yes, please. Who will read now? Gauri Mataji, would you like to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Those who study the Vedas and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. They take birth on the planet of Indra, where they enjoy godly delight. Hare Krishna.
Continue, Mataji, continue.
When they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure, and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to the mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of the 3 Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So whenever we are, it's Tre Vidya Mam. So the Tre Vidya means three Vedas, Sama Veda, Yajurveda, Rig Veda. This is a Brahmana who has studied all these Vedas. They are Trivedis. So devotional service, how does it begin? It begins with chanting. Chanting, at the same time, we are trying to understand Lord Krishna in absolute truth. But those, who have studied Vedas, they become very much interested in doing some sacrifices to different devatas, right? So they are worshippers of different devatas. So they get elevated to those planets like Maharloka, Tapaloka, Janaloka, and all those. So once they're situated in those lokas, what happens? Once you are in that higher planetary system, see, you will enjoy over there. You go up. You are doing a lot of tapasya, so you will go up. You have done a lot of sacrifices. You have gone up. But once you go up, you go down also. For example, when you are sitting on the giant wheel, you go on the top. You will see all the beautiful city view. Everything will be looking so beautiful once you're on the top. But will you remain there? No. The giant wheel moves. So ultimately, you have to come down. Similarly, we may move with our tapasya, with our sacrifices. We may go to different higher planets. But ultimately, once that, our senses are satisfied, and of course, that will be much more beautiful, much more pleasant than this material world. No doubt about it. We may live longer also, but that's it. Ultimately, we again have to fall down. That's it. So once we are sent back to this earth upon finishing the results of our pious activities. So we can't stay in the giant wheel forever. Can we sit in the giant wheel? Oh, no, please don't bring it down. I want to sit on the top there and look at the city view. It's so beautiful. I don't want to come down. He won't agree to it. Then he will bring you down, right? So we will come back into this cycle of birth and death again to the lower planetary systems. So isn't it better? Instead of going to upper planets, coming down, going to upper planets, coming down, sitting like in a giant wheel kind of a thing, why not go to the permanent abode so that we don't have to come back to this dukkhalayam ashashvatam? Because the aim is for God realization and we can engage in devotion for that. So how can we engage in devotion? We have to see that. Demigod worship is a dash way of worshipping Krishna.
Indirect.
Correct. Very nice. So how can we do worship? Let's see what Lord says. Ananyash chintayanto mam ye janav paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyaham. Yes, Hare Krishna. Prem Kumari Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
But those who worship me with devotion, meditating on my transcendent form to them, I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Hare
So
Krishna.
what is Hare Krishna? What is Lord saying? By complete surrender. How to do the devotion? Surrender. No other point. Simply surrender. That's it. So here in this shloka, Lord Krishna is talking like how our mothers, they talk. They are, whenever the child comes to the mother, child feels very safe with his mother, right? Whenever child goes to the market, for example, and if the child is holding mother's hand, there is a possibility that if he sees some lollipop or some ice cream vendor, he may leave mother's hand and go towards that ice cream or the lollipop shop. But if mother is holding child's hand, then she may be buying vegetables, she will be bargaining, negotiating something. But even if the child is attracted somewhere else also, she will hold the hand so tightly, the child cannot move anywhere. So such is the motherly assurance that Lord Krishna is giving over here. He's giving that kind. He's saying, Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. I will give you, I will help you, I will take care of you. What do you have to do for that? Ananyash Chintayantomam. Continuously think about me. I will personally carry the burden of maintaining my devotees, he says. How parents take care of the family. They are carrying the responsibility of taking care of the children, right? They're not just saying, okay, they are my children, but I'm not going to take care of them. They're not doing that. Right? They take care of their yoga kshemam also. Parents are only taking care that they should be healthy, They should have enough something to eat, and they should have good education. They should have good clothing. Everything we are taking care of our children, right? Similarly, Lord Krishna says, Ananyash Chintayanto Ma, if they do, I will look into their yoga and Shema. He's promising, what are the two things he's promising? Yoga. By mercy of Lord, that devotee will never come back again into this material world. And then Shema. He is making sure that, he will have the protection of the Lord. I will look at your Shema. So there is a condition. What is the condition? Ananyash Chintayanto. Surrender. You surrender and I will take care. You don't surrender, I can't do it, right? So if we start acting, no, I can do, I'm self-sufficient, I can do, I'm the doer of my action, I'm responsible for everything, I can do everything, then God says, okay, fine, do it. Then, he will, whatever karma we do, he will give us that kind of result. Simple. We say, okay, I have little bit faith in God, surrender, I will surrender partially, but okay, partial karma is given to us, partial grace only. Complete surrender, Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, complete grace, complete surrender. He will take the responsibility by preserving what we have and providing what we lack. That's what is Lord Krishna saying. Krishna declares that who worship him with dash, he protects from falling down to miserable conditioned life.
Devotion.
Devotion, yes, correct, very nice. So Krishna is our friend. All our positions and relationships are long rows of zeros. They're all zeros, relationships, positions, whatever you may be having, they are zeros, but they don't mean anything. But the moment we add Krishna, then what happens? It's like adding one in the beginning of all those. And then it has great value. So we must, whatever we may be doing, we must have Krishna with us in the center. Everything, whatever we do, Krishna should be the center of everything. Yes, please. So Naina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship gods and ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Those who worship ancestors go to the ancestors, and those who worship me will live with me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So those who worship me will live with me. See, he's telling very clear. Lord Krishna has explained everything very clearly. He's saying, if you worship devatas, where will you go? If you worship ghosts, where will you go? If you worship me, where will you go? Very simple, right? The devatas, if you worship, you will go to Devaloka, and when your good karmas get depleted, you will have to come back, right? Then Pitras, if you want to worship your ancestors, very good. We should thank them because it's because of the ancestors we are over here. But undue doing puja to them is also detrimental, because if we keep doing ancestor worship so much so that we'll end up going to their planet. Then mode of ignorance, those who do worship the ghosts and spirit. It is still very much there in India, right? In many villages I have heard it is, they will see, okay, this tree has some spirit in it. Everybody will start following, and they will go start tying some threads and start doing some puja and all that. If they start praying to spirits and ghosts, then they will take birth in the as ghosts and spirits in their next life. So Lord Krishna, what is he saying? Who worship me will live with me. So those are the highest devotees who attach their mind towards Lord Krishna. That's it. So that is what, it's such fortunate souls. They worship Lord Krishna, and then of course they will go to permanent abode, Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka, without a doubt, after they die. Those who worship the demigods go to the planets of their ancestors. True or false?
False.
False.
Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhaktayupurtam ashnami pretatmanaha. Devjani Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it.
Hare Krishna. So now Lord Krishna has told, right? If we worship him, we will go to his abode. Now what is he saying? He says, it is very easy. Worshipping me is not very difficult for you. You just have to, offer me, that's it. If you are going to worship devatas, you have to do so much of yajnas, right? You have to, even ancestors, you have to do so much of hard work. You don't even have to do anything. I will accept anything. The only condition is with devotion. Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. Patram means leaf, pushpam means flower, phalam means fruit, toyam means water. Yome, whoever, bhaktya, with devotion, gives me, offers me. Tadaham bhakta yupratam, 2 times bhakt. Devotion, devotion, devotion. Only condition is putting forward. So simple that just you have a fruit, offer it to me. No, you don't have fruit, never mind. It's okay. You give me some flowers, no flowers, it's not the season right now, you think it's not there, no problem. Give me some leaf, tulsi leaf. Okay. You say, no, tulsi has dried up right now, it's not there. It's not available in my place. Okay. Water is available everywhere. Give me that. But condition, devotion. So devotion, with devotion, Lord becomes very pleased. He just wants our love. He doesn't want, he's the only person in the whole cosmic manifestation universe who doesn't want anything from her. It's unconditional. Even mothers are really great, but they also sometimes have conditions. Okay, my son will grow up and he will start earning and he will buy me this, or he will take care of me in my old age. We still have some condition maybe, but God, no condition. He says, come to me. I don't want anything from you. He is Bhagavan. He has all the opulences, just wants our love. Come back to me. You are part and parcel of me. Come back to me. That's what he says. It is the bhakti of the devotee that is pleasing to God, not the what you are offering to God, right? So he says the word pretatmanaha. Pretatmana means I accept the offerings of those whose hearts are pure. So Srila Prabhupada explains very nicely. He says one who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he will avoid giving something that is not desirable, right? Like meat, fish, non-vegetarian, all. It cannot be offered to Krishna because he's not mentioning it over here. If he would have wanted that, he would have mentioned it over here, right? So he's saying patram pushpam phalam toyam. So that's what we have to understand. Whatever else he cannot eat should not be offered to him. That is very clear over here. So we should prepare something very nice, vegetable dishes, put it in front of the deity, and then offer it as a, make the bhoga, offer it and have it as a prasadam, right? Then what will happen if we have prasadam? We can see that. If we have prasadam, why eat prasadam? Because it will purify our mind. We will advance much more in our bhakti, and even in our the brain also, the finer tissues develop. What Lord Krishna accepts?
Only
Food
food
offered with
offered
love
with
and
love and
devotion.
devotion.
Love and devotion. Very nice. Correct. Yes, please. Yat karoshi yadashnasi yad juhoshi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Sunena Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes.
Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Last verse, what he was talking about, what food items we can offer him, right? He said that. Now what is he saying? Actions also. What all actions we can offer it to him? What is he saying? What actions we should? All the social, whatever. So whatever you are doing, whatever you are eating, vegetarian food, of course, whatever you are eating, whatever you are offering. So whatever, Vedic rites that you are doing, whatever puja you are doing, whatever austerities, whatever fasting, whatever you may be observing, everything mentally offer it to Lord. That is what Lord says. Now actions also, all your actions offer it to me, Lord Krishna says. How one's work can become worship to Lord Krishna.
Whatever austerities one performs should do it.
Everything. Whatever one does should be an offering to Lord Krishna. Whatever one eats should be offered to Krishna and accepted as prasad. Whatever austerities one performs should be given to please Krishna. Whatever little percentage of his earnings should be offered to Krishna. Everything should be offered to Krishna. All actions should be offered to Krishna. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyosti na priyah ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. Hare Krishna. Anupriya Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I envy no one, nor I am partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whosoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So nice, right? In the 20th verse, Lord Krishna created a doubt that he is partial towards his devotees, right? And now, see, we think that, okay, maybe Lord Krishna is partial towards some of his devotees. He clears that doubt over here. What does he say? He says, Samoham. Samo aham. I am equal to all. It's like, please don't think that otherwise. It's like whenever there is a cloud, right now it's raining also for me here. So if there is cloud over here and which pours rain all over. So regardless of wherever, whether it is falling on a rock, whether it is falling on the in the water or in the river, or where it is falling on the land, it will fall equally. The rainwater is falling equally upon all, or upon the earth, right? But the drop that is going to fall on the rice field will become paddy. The drop that is going to fall into the gutter will become dirty water. And the rainwater that is falling into the river will become river water. There is no partiality on part of the rainwater. Nothing, rain is not being partial. The raindrops cannot be held responsible for so many variations in the result. But it is the consequence of what? The nature of the recipient, how we are holding it, right? If it is a gutter and if the water falls into the gutter, it becomes dirty water. Similarly, what is God's telling over, Lord Krishna is telling, Samoham sarva bhuteshu. I am equally inclined towards all of you. Yet, if you do not love, if you do not love me the similar way, it's how you love me back. If you love me, in your vessel is very big, your heart is very big, you're able to receive it. I'm showering the same thing on, I'm blessing everyone equally. It's how you receive it, right? Those who do not love him, they are deprived of the benefits of his grace. He wants to give because our hearts, they are not suitable vessels for receiving it. It is so impure. We are not able to receive his grace. The moment we make our heart pure, we will be able to receive that. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajamyaham, he says in chapter 4. He says, the way, whoever surrenders, proportionately, I also take care of him. So what can people do? Their hearts are very impure. We have very impure heart. So Lord Krishna is telling how to do that also. Supreme Lord Krishna
Is impartial to everyone.
Yes, impartial to everyone. Correct. His special affection for his pure devotees. But actually, he has got special affection because those who are very pure, he will give his grace, right? So he's naturally, he will have special affection for his pure devotees. Like, we also have, if somebody is too good to us, we have that special affection for them. So let's see what Lord wants to explain to us over here. Yes, Snigdha Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Mataji. Even if one commits the most abominable actions, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, that's the purifying form of bhakti. Api chetsu duracharu bhajate mamananya bhakti. Even if he is committing such an abominable action, this devotion is so powerful. Even the Jagai and Madai, who had hit Nityanand Prabhu with the earthen pot, they were also delivered, right? And then Ajamila, who was very pious before, and then later on he got trapped into the love of prostitute, and then he bore 10 sons and all. Valmiki is another example. We have so many examples. Valmiki is, he was so impious deeds. What happened to him? He was like a robber before, right? Ratnakar. And then he was a robber, and then Narad Muni came And once he wanted to rob Narad Muni. Narad Muni said, I don't have. And do you think these abominable acts you are doing, will your family support you in that? When you are taking this, when you're dying, your karma will go with you. Family is not going to take their responsibility. He said, no, no, no. My family is very affectionate. They will take it. I said, okay, fine. I'm standing here. You can tie me over here. I will wait for you. You go find out at home who is going to support you in your bad karma. Then he goes back and he asks his father. His father says, you are responsible for your bad karma. Why are you asking me to take a portion of your bad karma? No, no, sorry, I can't. Mother says no, wife says no, son says no, everybody says no. Why should I be? You have to take care of the family. You want to kill robbers, you want to bring money. That's your problem. Why should we partake your bad karma? He comes back and he boasts on that today I have understood nobody wants to take my karma. Then Narad Muni gives him the mantra of saying Rama, but he was so impure that he could not even pronounce Rama. So the two syllables Ra-ma, he could not. His sins were preventing him from taking that such a divine mantra. So Lord Narad Muni, he thought, okay, what to do? He said, okay, reverse, Mara. So start saying the repetition of Mara, 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 Rama, Rama. It became automatically Rama, Rama. And what happened? He went into trance, complete meditation. And there was an anthill that built upon him. He got completely lost in meditation. That is why his name became Valmiki. Valmiki means anthill. So his name became that from Ratanaka. That kind of exclusive devotion he had, that transformed him into a legendary state. So that's what it's written. If one commits most abominable action also, but if he is engaged in devotional service, he will become saintly. So that is very, very important. That such, even the moon has some spots, right? But that cannot become a barrier. It is not, it's not that it's not allowing the moon to give us the light. We still get the moonlight, right? So accidentally, Ajamila fell down. It does not mean that he will remain in that position. He can always come up by doing his devotional service. Yes, please. Who will read? Atmaja Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The question remains, right? How can person who is doing bad activities, abominable activities, let's say intentionally, accidentally, whatever, how can he become a pure devotee? Now, Lord Krishna says over here, he's explaining. He says, if he continues, the thing is that you have to continue the exclusive devotion, like how Valmiki did it. He continued that devotion so much that his faith was unflinching. The faith doesn't move at all in God. Then what happens? Their heart automatically becomes very purified. Heart becomes a proper vessel to receive the grace of Lord. And then definitely they develop great good virtues. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjun, you tell everyone, okay? It's your duty. I'm giving you this duty. Please declare it boldly. My devotees will never perish. They will always be there. I will take care of them. I will offer them all the grace that is possible. So, this point is very, very interesting when I read, declare it boldly. Why couldn't Lord Krishna only declare it himself? Reason, that Vaishnava Acharya says that in special circumstances, there are possibilities that Lord sometimes may break his promise also. But he makes sure that his devotees' promises are never broken. If I am his devotee and I have made a promise that Lord will make sure that I don't break the promise. But Lord sometimes does that. Like, he said he will never lift weapon in Mahabharata war, but he lifted when Bhishma Dev was going to kill Arjuna. That time, Bhishma Dev had taken a vow that either I will kill Arjuna by sunset the next day, or I'll make Lord Krishna lift the weapon to protect him. Lord Krishna broke his vow, right? That he had made. So he lifted the weapon. So that is why he said, Arjuna, you declare that my devotees will never perish, for I will guarantee that your word will be kept all the time. Why Krishna's devotees never perish?
Because they always think of Krishna.
Both of the above.
Both. He can undergo any purifying process also. Yes. Yes, please. Who will read now? Anupriya Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. O son of Parth, those who take shelter in me, though they be of lower birth, women, Vaishyas, merchants, as well as Sudras, workers, can approach the supreme destination.
Hare Krishna. So Pritha is another name of Kunti. So son of Pritha means son of Kunti. Son of Kunti is Arjuna. So Lord Krishna is Arjuna addressing Arjuna as O son of Pritha, means Pritha is Arjun's mother. So he's saying that Lord Krishna is saying that, you know, devotional service. When anybody is doing devotional service, I am not going to say, oh, he's a small boy, or she's a woman, or she's a woman, or he's labor class. Oh no, he is outcast. Oh, he is this. No, there is no distinction like that. Anyone, whoever is doing devotional service, is very, very dear to me. Right? If any higher classes of people who have elevated souls, they can always help the other people who are not that elevated, and they can hold their hands and bring them and pull them towards the Lord. This is possible if we want to take shelter of Lord. So once we take the shelter of Lord, Lord Krishna is going to take care of us completely. Who is eligible for supreme destination?
Anyone who is engaged in transcendental devotion service to the Lord.
Excellent. Very good. Yes, Sunaina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Engage your mind always in thinking of me. Offer obeisances and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame vaishyasi yuktvaivam atmanam matparayanaha. Srila Prabhupada. Whenever I read this, I remember Srila Prabhupada. He did everything. He was so much service oriented. He used to make prasadam for all the hippies. They didn't know how to cook. So he not only used to teach them, preach them, he would cook them and make prasadam, give it to them. And at midnight, 2 a.m., he's getting up and writing a Bhagavatam translation. He's doing 24/7. He was in Krishna's service. So, you know, man mana bhav mad bhakto. Engage your mind thinking of me. Srila Prabhupada was doing. Offer obeisances. That what he did. Worship me. Srila Prabhupada did. He wrote so many books, translated so many books. He was guiding, preaching all the time, completely absorbed in Krishna. And surely you will come to me. Definitely, Srila Prabhupada has gone to him. Srila Prabhupada, whenever he used to do all the kirtans and all, sometimes, you know, he would see Narad Muni standing at the corner. And he used to tell his devotees also, Narad Muni came over there. Narad Muni was looking at this side. He was an elevated soul. We may not have that kind of capability, but whenever, wherever, whatever we may be doing, we can just take Krishna's name and start. That's it. Whatever we may be doing, right? So it's very clearly stated in this, Krishna consciousness is the only and only way how we can get away from this clutches of Maya and birth and death. We should always think of Krishna in devotional love. Bhakti is what is needed. Lord Krishna is stressing that pure devotee, he will not fall down, because Lord is going to hold our hands. He will personally deliver us. He will personally take care of us. And he is concluding by telling Arjuna that, you know, become my devotee. He's asking Arjuna, unite your consciousness with the consciousness of God in true yoga form and worship him, and engage your mind in meditation and divine form. Offer all obeisances. Namaskuru. Namaskuru means what? When we do namaskar, it means my soul humbly wants to address your soul. That is namaskaram. My soul is saying, I'm trying to be as humble as and giving, praying and offering my obeisances to the other soul. So my whatever little ego is there, by doing this namaskuru, As soon as we do namaskar, nowadays it's gone. It's like this, hi. But namaskuru, if we do, means that whatever little ego that also I have is gone. With, if we perform devotional service also, then once we are free from pride, what will happen? The heart will be filled with devotion. Then it will become a suitable vessel to receive the grace of God. And then he will become completely undisturbed from whatever Maya we have all around. And he will become very strong. He will become very determined. And he will be able to take care of whatever these, by any chance we are getting into this material realm, this material nature, this Maya, he will stay aloof from all that. Whatever distresses he is feeling, will not bother about it, because he knows he's simply making the best use of the bad bargain. The bad bargain is this body we have got. We are making the best use of this body. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that Bhakti Yoga is definitely excellent, topmost, because we can attain God realization. And Lord Krishna says, I am giving you the guarantee, and there need not be any doubt about it. So whoever has got that intelligence, they will take the process of Krishna consciousness, and here in this material world itself, they will be very blissful, and they will be able to receive the grace of God. And of course, in the end, the best award will be go back home, go back to Godhead. That is what Lord Krishna says. What do we have to do to go back to Lord Krishna?
All of the above.
Yes, all of the above. Excellent. So yeah, chapter 9 summary. Bhagavad Aishwarya Jnana Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam, ways to approach Krishna. Satatam Kirtayanto Mam, sweetness of exclusive devotion. Man Mana Bhava Mad Bhakto. So in chapter 10, Lord Krishna will increase more of Arjuna's bhakti. How? By telling about his own glories and opulences. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyaivacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending.